Everyone, happy Monday. Here we are again. I can't believe this is our third week doing this. On Friday, we left off reading about Jeremy and his disastrous audition with his oboe. So now he has run out into the woods. So let's see what happens here. Back home, he put his oboe in its plastic case high on the shelf in the closet. Then he'd gone for a walk in the woods. Head down, hands in his pocket, 10-year-old Jeremy wondered if his parents could love him if he was just so ordinary, if he never turned into a superstar or a genius the way his brothers had. He walked for miles and he was deep in the woods, sauntering along, trying to guess what his parents would make him try next and which sport would be the least humiliating, when he heard a rustling sound. Bird? Maybe, he thought. Maybe a fox? Maybe a squirrel? From the corner of his eye, he saw a flash of brown, something much bigger than a squirrel or a fox. Something bigger, even than a man. It was almost bear-sized, standing upright on two legs, moving lightly and very fast. What on earth? Thought Jeremy. Jeremy started running, sounding like an army on the move as he trampled over sticks and leaped over logs. The thing up ahead of him was man-shaped but much larger, with a hat on its head and boots on its feet and some kind of pack on its back. But Jeremy knew that it wasn't a human when it turned sideways and he saw the fur on its face and hands. The problem was, when Jeremy saw the creature also saw Jeremy. Its eyes widened in fear and it started to run. Jeremy gave chase. Hey, wait up! He kept yelling, burning in his chest as he kept running further and further. Hey, wait, I'm not gonna hurt you, he kept screaming. Either the creature didn't hear or didn't understand or didn't believe him, because it kept on running. Jeremy poured on one last desperate burst of speed, fumbling his phone out of his pocket, poking his password onto the touchscreen, and began to film the thing that ran on ahead. Wait, he yelled. Wait, please. The creature never slowed. Jeremy was left with 9 seconds of blurry, bouncing footage that showed a large, shadowy something slipping in and out through the trees. Probably a camper, said Martin when Jeremy got home, breathing, breathless with excitement. Finally got his father to look up from his magazine back at home. But why would a camper run away from me like that? Martin shrugged. Maybe he was a hunter going after a deer without a permit. Jeremy showed his mom the footage. That's nice, dear, said Susan, pouring herself more wine without ever looking really at it at all. Ben, in the middle of his jump squats, merely grunted. Noah was the one who talked to him about it, but he was far from encouraging. Look, Jay, Bigfoots are just a legend. I know what I saw, Jeremy repeated. He must have said those words 100 times since he had gotten home with his phone footage. Noah reached over and pulled him into a rare one-arm-sided hug. I know it's hard, he began. Jeremy squirmed away. He hadn't told either one of his brothers about the disastrous audition, but his parents must have filled them in. It was real, Jeremy kept saying. Noah looked dismayed. Real, Jeremy repeated, and I'm going to prove it, and you'll be sorry you did not believe me. He jumped out of his brother's bed, grabbed his phone, run to his bedroom, and started Googling Bigfoot. Bigfoot sightings, and is Bigfoot real? For weeks after his sightings, he immersed himself in the online world of Bigfoot hunters, paranormal activities, and UFO sightings. On his travels through the internet, more obscure byways, he found people who believed all kinds of things. That an alien spaceship had crash landed in New Mexico, and the aliens from the spaceship were currently running all the banks and newspapers in America. That the Loch Ness Monster had relocated to the Erie Canal. That the NBA TV sent secret coded messages during the NBA Game Night Highlights program that ran every single solitary morning. He had gone to the library and tried to find out if anyone had ever seen any strange creatures in the local woods. And after the librarian, Miss Putnam, decided that he wasn't a troublemaker, she told him about the Standish Historical Society in Miss Brandon's garage. Mrs. Brandon had 100 years worth of back issues of Standish Times on microfiche, along with a reader that she bought when the town library was renovated. Jeremy's goal was to get through 10 years of newspapers every day. He was on 1912 when a front page headline froze him in his place, his hand still on the reader's dial, but Bigfoot notebook was spread wide open on his lap. Milford Garrison Carruthers and the captive Lucille read the caption underneath the black and white drawing of a man standing next to a cringy figure in a cage. Milford Garrison Carruthers had an enormous waxed mustache that turned up at the tips and a watch chain that strained against his belly. He wore a black suit, a striped vest, and pleased expression as he posed in front of the cowering thing. The captive, Lucille, wore a long dress and a high neck and a bonnet that covered most of her face. Most of it, but not all. The illustration showed that their face was covered in short, dark fur. One furry hand held the handle of the parasol and the other rested slightly on the bars. Sitting in the corner of Mrs. Brandon's garage, smelling old paper and mildewed lawn furniture and car wax, Jeremy felt his eyes burn as he read the story. Carruthers, who had downed lions and rhinos in darkest Africa, captured this fearsome creature in the woods surrounding its Standish estate. He claims that the creature, or Lucille, as he named her, is capable of intelligible speech and announced plans to sell her to the Sanderson Traveling Circus, where she would be displayed as part of the roster of freaks, including albinos, midgets, giants, Siamese twins, and exotic animals. Jeremy turned the page to a handful of drawings featuring Lucille and inviting people to come at 1 Nature True Oddities, 1 God's Errors, and come look at the freakish hybrid of human and ape. Back home with 2 copies of the story tucked in his backpack, he felt hot-eyed and strangely unsettled. Jeremy ate 2 peanut butter and honey banana sandwiches, then sat down in front of his laptop. He'd just start looking up Milford Garrison Carruthers and Standish and Bigfoot and Lucille when the screen turned blue. He winced, thinking he'd fried the computer, maybe permanently, when a sentence he had typed appeared in the top right-hand corner. "Greetings, seeker. Want to play a game?" it read. So this week, for our story each day, I'm going to send some questions like I do at the end of the day. We are going to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because Friday is going to be another read catch-up day. So we will get through this. So our anchor chart today is problem and solution. So I'm going to put a little question in there. You're going to have a problem and you're going to write a solution to it. So we're going to do a little bit of work on this week. This is your anchor chart. This will be on Google Classroom as well as some other stuff this week. But you can always refer back to this when you're answering my questions in your email. All right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.